Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Simply Live with SimplyLesa. Sunshine for you all. A little bit of shade so I can see the computer for me. Good morning. I am camped beside somebody who has Starlink and shared. How even more wonderful is that? We probably won't have glitches this morning. Good morning, Catherine. Cook, my neighbor next door, waving at you. Good morning. Good morning. I know this is a special day for some of y'all. I did not grow up with that as a habit, and I didn't pick it up as an adult. And I just respect you all. So we'll try to stick with a half hour today so you can go on about whatever you're doing, because it's a pretty special day in the world for the average person or lots of people. And I want to respect that. Because I want you to respect me when I do my Passover. And to me, Passover and Thanksgiving are the big things. So, good morning, good morning. Let's see, do we have questions yet? I'm not seeing any questions yet. Everybody, please say hi to each other as you're able to. I'm not trying to make this, there's no rules. But there is a little bit of guidance. If you have a question for me, I would really appreciate it if you would put some 3 uppercase Q's in front of your question. Makes it easier. If you want to give me a present, you want to do a super chat, I do get the money over time. Sometimes it takes 3 months for me to get it, but it's not a big deal. I don't mind however long it takes. But if you do that, then all of your comments are highlighted anyways, so whatever. I don't know how to get right up there, how to get my own chat thing to go away. There we go. And have only the live stuff up there instead of this big box with junk on it for me. Can I make that smaller too? How about I say welcome again and see if it'll take the emojis off no, it didn't do it. I don't want all these emojis up. How do I make them go away? And that's me. That's in search emojis. Maybe that thing right there's got to go up. And I don't have a mouse. So trying to do some of these things on this Chromebook can be annoying. Not horrible, but come on, go away thing. How about we just go? Oh, there it is. Go back to that. There we go. Now we have more space for you. Okay. And good morning, Iris. Thank you for being here and helping me out. Iris is one of our moderators. Yay. Brian Leonard is one of the other ones. So have you all had a good week? It's been busy out here in the desert. I'm down at Quartzsite. I wasn't sure I was going to do this whole Quartzsite thing, because I thought I was headed to Baja with some people. And then I found out that one group, they forgot to renew their passports. So it's going to take them an extra 6 to 8 weeks. So how am I? I'm feeling really good today. I feel really safe in this camp area where I am. I do have some friends here. Some of them I've known a long, long time, like Catherine and her husband. But I also, there's some people that are just acquaintances. I guess I should stand out where you guys can see my face. My skin's dry right now. And I guess the best way to say this is I'm deciding to make another dietary change in order to try to heal up even more things that have gone on with me over the years, because I'm way healthier. And that comment, I've had some people say that to me. Even yesterday, I went to Randy's. Randy, the mobile traveler, has a thing one wash over from me, and it's called The Spot, is what he's calling it. He made some hangout rooms with old couches in them and stuff for nomads. And so he can serve meals and just have a place for people to hang out. And there's another one called Hippie Camp that's over at Dome Rock There's lit cactus, which I can't be around. Lit cactus is obviously, from the name, very much more geared toward people who like their marijuana. And I'm allergic to its smoke really badly. So, like the other day, I got hives, and I was 150 feet away from the group in the parking lot, and I was getting hives from the smoke. So, I ended up needing to basically isolate myself from any weed smoke and people who have that around them or on their clothes. I had to isolate myself for 2 days, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. But, any allergic reaction, I don't know if you guys know this, I do from experience, it can take up to 2 months to get rid of a problem you've had an allergic reaction. Most of my I know my big, like, 4 or 5 things that are I call them automatic call the ambulance, hospital allergies. And I know how many seconds I can be around those because I'm really self-aware before I've got to, like, do something serious. I do everything I can to not have to take medications because I think for me, I'm reactive to any food or stuff that runs across machines or comes out of factories. It just seems to be a real bother for me. So, okay, enough about me, whatever. But the crowd, it's very nice to get back out here and meet up with people. Let's see, Tina, Zen, I forgot what her site was called, but Zen something. Tina's out here. I missed her. It was awful nice to get hugs. Ken Stewart, or Kenneth Stewart on Facebook. He's up at the Dome Rock area most of the time, but he moves around too. And he and I have a hug relationship from when I was so sick at the Boondocking Bash in 2019 that turned into, who knows if I had the early COVID, or if something made my malaria symptoms come back. We don't know. But I've had dengue and malaria at the same time. Either one of those can kill somebody. But, I've been through a lot, and I get through a lot, but it's because I'm super careful, and I know that food is our medicine. So be careful with that while you're enjoying yourself. Enjoy yourself. But if you have allergies, just be a little careful with them, because I know how it is to even accidentally get something, on your food, in your food. Like, you go to a restaurant and you forget to ask them to use only pure olive oil, and they use a cheap olive oil that's mixed with soybean oil, and you're allergic to soy. That'll start a whirlwind for somebody. So just be a little extra careful, because you're eating other people's food. You're probably having a little higher sugar or sweet content, depending on how you deal with it. So just be a little careful with your health. I visited Tim Connolly, didn't realize he was going through some kind of serious stuff. I mean, I did know about his foot. And so I checked in on him, checked his foot, checked, all those kind of things. His bus is very allergen heavy for me. He has 2 cats. He smokes weed. Other people go in and he lets them smoke cigarettes inside. I'm allergic to tobacco too. So being inside his bus really, but I went and checked on him and gave him some advice, I guess. Yeah, it was advice, friendly advice about how to suck up in the moment, not suck up, but how to trick your brain into stopping a response that might be post-traumatic stress or MS or any of those other things, because I learned how to do it, and there's tricks. Okay, let me come see what's going on online over here. I see y'all are chatting with each other. Hi, Liz. I'm not sure I know you yet, but yes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Iris, I said hi to you. Let's go down through a little bit. Your dog skin is flaking and she's very itchy. You've added tuna and brush her. Many, many dogs, in my humble opinion, in my years of experience, many dogs are allergic to chicken. Chicken And other dairy products, I mean, not dairy, grain products are in many of the dry dog foods. If you can switch your animals over to a better quality food, or start and use a recipe, I could give you one, but start and use a recipe for making your own dog foods, or put them on a raw animal diet, not a raw human diet, and it would improve probably quickly. Um, but I would just pay attention to that, and if it's a budget issue for you thinking you can't do that, there are many ways to provide food for your pets that are inexpensive. But I would say the first thing when I see a dog like that, the first thing I hunt for is, are they getting too much chicken? Let me get chicken away from them for a minute, see if they improve. And it's just like people. If you do the elimination things, right? Take lots of things out of your diet and see how you feel. Once you get feeling better, then start to slowly add them back. But give yourself a couple of weeks to react to whatever you add back. That's what I've found. And it worked for me, and it worked for all my old pets. Ozzy, that some of you remember, was highly allergic to chicken. So I had to get him off, and I ended up cooking most of his food for him, or not all cooking, but preparing his food. That's the word I want. And I found that he even did better grain-free. Now, there are a couple of brands of grain-free food that I do recommend to people. I don't have sponsorship from these people. I don't have a dog. I don't need sponsorship, but I love their products. And one of them is Taste of the Wild. And I found that Taste of the Wild, most dogs can tolerate, but make sure they've got plenty of water, especially if you're out here in the desert. It's dry already, and then giving somebody, human or animal, dehydrated food, if they're not getting that rehydrated well enough, then you could have like dehydration issues. So we don't want to have to start watching electrolytes, which is, another way people can market to make money. It is something that affects people. I get affected by it. Okay. But just watch those factors. Okay. And I think we're smart enough adults out here that we can do those things. All right. Let me go back. So I'm doing good. Liz, that's great. There's reasons why people stop smoking all kinds of things, or stop doing things, whatever it is, right? To be healthier. So, oh, good morning. Fenwa, I forgot your actual name. You know how sometimes you trigger. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for coming out. Let's see, who else? I'm going to be a little loud for any of my neighbors that don't want that, but they'll get over it. Or they'll come visit. Add water to the dry food, yes. Oh, is Echo? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. You know what, Echo? I have you and the girl in the Prius from California. I get the two of you mixed up. You're in Texas. You must be on your way this way, Echo. And if you are, we need to chit chat a little, whether we talk on the phone or we text, whichever one works for you. But I know that you're going to get the 23-0 shower enclosure, and you're going to need to go by my cabin, to go get it. And I have a neighbor who will help you maneuver that. So I need to make sure, on my way, end of January. Okay. So wonderful. But I want you to know to plan in that little loop going by my property, and you can spend a night or two, but I'll have a trusted neighbor helping you out with that thing. And I probably I'm realizing in the future I could do giveaways of items that I no longer use, but the way that I'm going to have to maneuver the giveaways, I can't always afford the shipping charge. And on this particular item, it's an expensive item. First off, I paid like $300 for it, including shipping to get it. And it doesn't fit on my current rig. It was too big. So I had already talked to Echo about it fitting on her rig and it might be helpful to her. And so she was very, uh, yes, and we're going to definitely meet up. Yeah. But because Echo, you and Mark are on my list. Y'all are, we're tight. We're like family. So we'll get that done. But I want everybody else to know, as I'm talking about this, often when I'm finished with an item, I give them away. Now, I was able to give away some little small items at a white elephant thing yesterday because I don't keep Christmas. I respect y'all, but I don't keep Christmas myself. And they had said, bring an item you're no longer using. And I didn't even know you had to wrap it. So I went over with a handful of stuff and I didn't care about the process. I didn't need something. So, I'm doing so much better in my life over the years of eliminating what doesn't work for me anymore. So, a Taste of the Wild, Iris, for you and the dog food. A Taste of the Wild is expensive, but I found it at Tractor Supply in a manageable size bag and a manageable price. And then I made sure that the pet got plenty of water. And I found that after they started to heal up, they weren't as hungry and I didn't need to use as much food. So that might help you. Betty Joe, hi. I know I didn't get to you early enough so you could have come over, Betty Joe, and stood here with me, but it's all good. We can still do more of these kind of, while I'm down here in the desert. I'm feeling well enough health-wise and emotionally wise. I'm feeling well enough to actually have some people in my camp. And I'm now thinking that I found a place that feels safe enough for me that I think that I could allow you to come over and be on the live with me. Now, YouTube sent me a little test thing that they're getting ready to do where be able to do interviews with other people using my phone. Now, I'm blessed right now because I'm right beside somebody with a Starlink and they allowed me to connect. So yay. I don't know that I want to carry a Starlink and I can't afford that. I mean, come on. I'm still me on my low income. I'm not trying to be, crazy with things. Okay. Iris, let me know. I don't know if I can afford this month with me changing my own diet, but I would be willing to try to help you get your first bag of Taste of the Wild. And I bet somebody else on here would be willing to help as well. So let's see if we can maneuver a way to get you your first bag of Taste of the Wild to try to help you heal up your dog. Not all the way sure how I'm going to finagle that right now, but anybody has ideas, text me, email me. Y'all know how to get a hold of me, and it's. Oh, and y'all know that I have my .com now, right? And I asked Darren, and Echo knows Darren. I asked Darren to please add my Amazon store onto the SimplyLesa.com. He did. I saw it. And I noticed, I thought I wasn't getting paid by Amazon. I didn't get paid much, but evidently last year they sent me $10 3 different times. So I do get something when you guys use my link to then go shop. I don't get much, and if you use my store, I think I get a different amount, but I've had that since the 90s. Okay. I've been an affiliate member since the 90s, but now I'm an influencer and I'm still struggling with how to make the store look. I think the last thing I saw, it looked pretty good. So if you want to go out there and shop, but Chris already kind of over. So, I miss out on that a little bit, but not horribly. I have a couple of things to give away that are in camp. If you come visit me, 2 things. Okay, I'll come back to the other one. It's about stickers. So the things I'm going to be giving away, a couple of little collapsible, these are, yes, Walmart collapsible silicone cups. I have decided I don't love these because I couldn't remember why I didn't love them until I tried to make a hot drink in them. I Didn't. Oh, okay. Okay, Iris. Thank you for letting us know. But if you need help with that so that you can start her getting healthier, let somebody know. Okay, because some of us can sometimes help. Maybe I can't afford the whole bag, but when I'm changing my diet, there's a whole thing that goes on with that. Because, like, I gave away a lot of my food like yesterday, and I spent a lot of money on food this last week. I mean, this last month. Anyway, these little cups, I remember why I don't like them. My hot drinks don't say hot. My food gets cold in them too quick. They work. They're wonderful. Lots of you people know about these and you like them and whatever. But there's 2 of them, so somebody can have those. But you got to come visit me to get them. And then the other thing is I have this handmade Japanese style. Let me put it up in the sun. There you go, so you can see it better. Japanese style mug. It is it's handmade pottery. And I like it that it stays warm and you can hold it like this. And it's also a bowl. I actually have a titanium one in my shopping cart right now because I want the lightweight and I need it I like my hot drinks to stay hot and my cold drinks to stay cold. So there's a thing there. Okay, I got off on that. Let's see. What else we got? Any more questions? Okay, and we'll get that. Okay, so I'm seeing Echo's thing got her. Betty Jo Brooke on here has been so wonderful, a friend, to let me just come and go from her camp a few times. No big things happening, right? But sometimes, yeah, I'm human just like the rest of you, and sometimes by my process that helps her process, because sometimes we get in these spaces where we're so alone and we're doing all our processing in our head. We have no inside output, no outside input. That's what I meant. And so sometimes when you get standing around with somebody else and you chit chat about whatever you're going through, they go, "Oh, that's right. We don't have to beat ourselves over blah, 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 because it's a human process." Yeah, we went through one of those conversations the other day. So those things happen. What else is going on? I love the hippie camp. One thing I love about the hippie camp, first off, it's a combination of schoolies, van people, all kinds of different nomads. And it's over at Dome Rock, which is a 14-day stay. You're supposed to get a permit. Lots of them don't, but it's kind of a whatever, right? Because of the kids, I think, I should be careful why I say because I didn't ask them, but I think it's because of the kids. They have like a gazebo tent that's for smoking weed. So I'm able to be over there. They have 2 campfires and they have a guy who likes music and does a little karaoke thing. And so they're set up in a way that there's enough fresh air that can actually be out and visit with people and sing a little bit and have some fun. So that's been really nice. I was over there with Zen Quest. That's what Tina goes by, Zen Quest. I was over there with her the other night. We didn't go together, but it was nice to visit with her. What else can I tell you about? What else would you like to know? Thank you. Thank you, Betty Jo. You know, I love y'all. I love people. I just have to be really careful, especially because of my health. My health annoys me. Never mind annoying y'all. I know sometimes I come over to visit and somebody says, "I'd offer you something," or "I'd let you come in the house, but the propane's on," or "I'd offer you something, but I know how allergic you are to everything." And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. That's why I travel around with my own rig. I have my stuff with me all the time, so I can take care of me." So, and it's my responsibility to take care of me. And I think it's your responsibility to take care of you. So I encourage everybody to speak up and speak what they need. Or if they want me to help them with something, form a question, or I don't hear it as a question. I hear that you're processing something until you say, "Lesa, I need blah, blah, blah. That's not a question. And then you say, actually, Lesa, would you help me find blah, blah, blah? That's a whole different thing. Now, how do we get it? Okay. Now I'm on your side and helping you. So, form the questions. It's okay. I will tell you if I can't help you. I will tell you if I don't. I've told other people online here that even on some of these feeds, these live feeds, I've told people before, somebody came on and said, but you and Bob need to help me. No, we don't need to help you. Check your word need. No, we don't need. I don't need to help anybody. I like to help people when I can. The other thing is if you're not doing stuff for yourself, why am I even trying? I know another nomad out here who is another wonderful person. She's different from me. We're all different people. Okay. We have our own backgrounds and our own, tendencies toward things. And this other woman's first name is Esther. And, she has mast cell, whatever it's called. As a diagnosis, I believe yeah. Mast cell, whatever it is, regeneration or something. It's where her body attacks her body and she can't have anything that's histamines, right? Which I think I'm sensitive to be honest with you. So I bumped into her the other day. She's helping a homeless woman who gets $1,000 a month in Social Security. Esther doesn't have an income at all. There are people out here who help her. I give her food when I can. I give her things. I encourage her, whatever I can do, right? But I've known her for a number of years. I met her, I think, in Nevada when I was camping in Nevada. So Esther's another lovely person. But don't take advantage of her being lovely and wanting to help people. Don't take advantage. If you have money and you're not helping yourself, and then you're expecting somebody who doesn't even have an income to help you, you got a problem there. So work on you first. And then be honest with people when you're working with the other people, right? Just open up and say, hey, look, I'm not good with money. I get money, but I need help. And can we work this out so that you're resourceful? Can we work this out so you're helping me too? Right? And that's a little different. But ask an actual question. So, because I was around somebody else who was struggling with a health issue, and they said something 4 or 5 times, and I said, you realize you haven't asked me a question. And they said, what are you talking about? And I said, everything you've said, you're thinking, you're processing, but you have not asked me a question. If you need me or would like me to take you to town so you can take care of a problem, you need to just ask, Lesa, will you run me to town? And they were like, what? Lesa, will you run me to town? Yeah, let me get the seat together. Let me make my bed. This is easy. I can take you to town. Yeah, I can't take everybody to town. Okay, because I have to protect myself too. And I came from a place that wasn't safe in the world. So, safety in my world is a big thing. Okay, let me get off of that. We're at 28 minutes, and I was trying to keep this short this week because I want y'all to be able to go do whatever it is you need to do. Okay, I am so grateful that we have so many people here. I'm grateful for all the thumbs up you give me, all the subscribing to my channel and everything else. All those things help the algorithms then start to show people that I'm out here. Some of you know I've had this channel since, I don't know, somewhere around 2003 or 4, but I didn't know how to use it. And I had, free phone and all of that. I still have free phone, but I upgraded the actual phone to something better, but my service is still free phone. So, I really, really, really want to get Cascadia 4x4 to help me, to help sponsor me and to help me with my solar system, because Cascadia 4x4 as a company can put, can mount a solar panel on the hood of my car and mount a house battery in my engine compartment and protect them from the heat. And I really, really, really want that system so that I can then put some kind of roof rack up on the top of the car. But I'm trying to keep the weight really light so that I don't make my car top heavy, because I have a 2-inch lift kit on my car and I have larger, wider tires. And I want to keep my capabilities, and I want to keep that ability for me to drive on what's called technical cambers, which is a sideways road. Right. And I don't want it to tip over. Oh, and last week I need to go do some editing, which I will do while I've got this access. Okay. But I need to go do some editing of past videos and stuff like that. And at least, straighten out what I talked about and who I mentioned in the video, so they start to get credit for that, because then they get a few more dollars for having clicks on their videos. But it was, I was talking about Eva Zubek. Eva Zubek is a friend, but she's more of an acquaintance. I don't know her super, super well, but I felt a connection when we met. And she's younger, and I guess she's back in Poland visiting family for the holidays, because that's probably big. I think that's a Catholic country, generally Catholic country. But anyway, it was Eva Zubek that was driving on a camber, and her rig started to roll because her rig is top heavy with the alu cab they put on top of hers, and her bed and everything is up high. I don't see how I could, although we've joked about it, I don't see how I could put an up high bed and make it reasonable. I'm comfortable sleeping on the inside of the car the way I make the bed on top of the seat folded backwards. But I still want to add the hammock stand on the front. I haven't given up on that. So, but anyway, so what else? I'm not talking about anything holiday wise. Thank you, Iris, for recognizing that, that this is becoming a little community. I used to have a Facebook group. All my Facebook, never was on Twitter. It was something else I was on, and I deleted it all. Like, find a way to make it disappear. And but I'm gradually adding those things back. I'm considering adding a Facebook group, but maybe having it be members only or something like that. I'm not sure. But it would be, because Facebook is hooked in with YouTube now, it has a different function, or there's the opportunities for different functions than there were in the past. And if I can make YouTube kind of work more like Patreon works for some people, where if someone could afford it and they want to, that they could monthly give me money, that would help me to like buy more gear or something. And then I could put like scroll on videos. These people are my vehicle crew. What do they call them? Pit crew. My pit crew, my travel buddies, I'm back to hot water. Coffee gas station coffee been tasting good, but I don't know. I don't know what's up. So I'm gonna just take a break from coffee in camp, I guess. Let's leave that loose, because I like coffee. But I don't know what's going on. I've just had so many reactions to things being out close to people again. I can go in a store and the perfume's so strong that I can't stay in the store. The smoke from tobacco and cigarettes. Campfires, I don't really react to that much, I don't think. But maybe it's just I react less. Who knows? The different foods, I fudged the other day. I'm human, people. I was at Love's and they had chicken gizzards, and I haven't had chicken gizzards in a long, long time. So I bought some, and then I got sick and I had diarrhea and, yuck, right? And so then I'm working on healing back up from that. But I think I've thought about this before. even when I was raw vegan in New York. So I was raw vegan, I don't know, in the late 90s, right up until, I don't know, 2007, 8, something like that. Oh, it might have been longer. No, Daddy died in 2000, the end of 2009. So I was raw vegan right up until my father died in 2009. It was a visit with the family that made me eat my first piece of meat again. I had steak and wine. What a way to come off of it. So, yes. And so no offense to any of you plant eaters, because please hear what I'm saying. I had been for many years raw vegan. I tried it. It healed up a lot of things, and then it created another problem. And so I think there's different ways to do different elimination diets to heal up different things. But, you know, I've been diagnosed with asthma. I've been diagnosed with autoimmune disease, MS. I've been diagnosed with all these other things. But every time I know food is our medicine. And so I'm going to go Lion's diet. It's strict, but I can do strict because I've had to. And I'd rather eat strict than be sick. Okay. And I've been noticing that all the things I'm doing are not helping again. And so I'm going to try this for a month. And I'm not all the way Lion's diet right now because I don't have the money to switch so quick. Okay. Because I spent a lot on groceries this month. And then I started reacting to it again. So I'm going to eat up the few careful things that I chose to keep. And some of that's greens. I have a little bit of fonio. I have a little coconut milk. And I have some goat milk. And so I'm going to ease over as I finish up these things. But I bought myself a nice big steak and ate it, and I feel so much better already. But the premise I'm going by this for right now is that all plants have some kind of one of those lectin proteins. And if I can get away from the plants, maybe it will heal up my leaky gut stuff, which makes me inflamed. And the inflammation stuff for Lesa can look like overnight, I look like I gained 40 pounds. My clothes don't fit. I look pregnant. And I'm way too old for that now. But, right? And it's like, I don't want to keep doing this. I'm too old for this shit. Pardon my language. I'm too old for this. And I've been through enough. So it is a simple way to eat when you go Lion's diet. And I'm not saying it's for everybody, because it's not. But that's what I'm getting prepared to do. And I don't know if that means that I will be having to run home to grab the refrigerator, which can be a freezer. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's going to mean that I decide to go a little more electric or not. I like keeping my stuff simple. And so as far as I know, I'm not reacting to the wood of my campfires, or charcoal. And if that's the case, I'd rather cook the meat outside than be trying to have a air fryer or things like that. I'd rather do it alternatively, right? And I already know, I'm already allergic to propane. So I can do alcohol. And so I have alcohol stoves, but we'll see. I'll just keep you posted on that. We're more than a half hour. Does anybody else have more questions this morning? I feel like I'm not speaking about your holiday things, but as we're doing this end of the year stuff, end of the calendar year stuff, because for me, the end of the year is closer to Passover. And it's been a natural thing for me over time. Like when I gave up watches in the 80s, right? And thermometers in the 90s and whatever else, I don't pay attention to those timing. I pay attention to the sky and and in a seasonal sense, for me, spring is when it's starting over again. So, as we prepare for the end of the calendar year, the whole society that works by a calendar all starts to think about what end of year things they ought to be, what they want to improve in their lives and all of those things. And as you do those thoughts, go through it, take it slow, make little changes. Because if you make little consistent changes over time, you'd be surprised what happens, because it creates a big effect. And so, be nice to yourself. There's another thing I've started doing too, is I had heard myself over the last year or so saying sucks to be me, especially with diet, sucks to be me. Guess what? I am stopping myself now. I'm trying to change that. So when my brain starts with the sucks to be me, I stop it, I shut my mouth, I find another comment to make. And I go, I'm kind of a cool person. And my diet has been a challenge, but I'm simplifying it. So this mug is also up for grabs. If you come visit me in camp and you want it, you can have it. I don't know what else I have right now, but those three, they're all cup things, but that's okay. Because I think I'm going to order the titanium one, because it'll be lighter weight and it'll still keep my hands warm. And titanium does not react. And I can react to all kinds of things. So, all right, what else we got? I'm going to try the lion. Let me type it since I'm on here. It's the kind of strict carnivore diet that Michaela Peterson and her father both have been healing up on. And so, oh, hey, geezer. Nice to see you on here. Yes, and Merry Christmas, or whatever. Happy holidays. I shouldn't say Merry Christmas if I don't keep it, probably. But, oh, I do have I just thought of something else I can give away if somebody visits. I also have it's opened, but where my finger is right there, can you see the level? You can see the level. I can see it in the picture on the computer. I have this $12 or $13 bottle of olive oil. I can't stand the taste of it anymore. I will give this to someone else if they come visit me in my camp. So if you need olive oil, good quality olive oil, come see me in camp. I'll say hi. But stickers, I'm running out of. I forgot to tell you about the stickers. When Darren he did my logo for me, and then my location is LaPosa South. You come in, and on the right-hand side, just before you get to the RV dump for the toilets and the trash dump, there's a semi-truck with a camper, and they have these really big rocks all around their campsite. Across the street from that, on the right-hand side, is a road. That road you turn on. So you turn when you see that guy with all the great big rocks in the semi-truck. Turn to the right and go up in the back. And you'll see a bunch of flags. Kind of stay to the right as you're doing it, as you're maneuvering up in there. You'll see a bunch of flags. And then you'll see like a man in the moon. Can I show you that? Wait a minute. Let me do this. Man in the moon thing. That's the camp beside me. These people are all around me. It looks pretty normal, I know. But on the other side of that wash, that bread truck is another friend of mine over there. That's another thing you'll notice. On the other side of that wash is Randy, the Mobile Traveler's The Spot. And a lot of nomads know where The Spot is. If you need better directions than that, if you go on Facebook to any of the Nomad groups for Quartzsite, I know that the Nomadity group knows where some of these things are. So ask around for where Randy, the Mobile Traveler's The Spot is. That's where I'm at right now. Okay. So Anything else? I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time for your holidays. I also do not get involved with New Year's celebration. That's because, when I did, I was studying to be a therapist once in college. Once I was studying to be a chaplain for a hospital. But I have a lot of religious history research in my background, and I know the beginnings of the New Year's celebrations, and I just don't want to participate in that either. I acknowledge that the year has changed for the general world, and that's all good. I don't have a problem with that at all. Um, but I'm not going to go partying and drinking. I might hang out with y'all like I've been doing for Christmas. I've been saying hi and being around people. Yes. Uh, Whoops. It didn't work. There we go. Um, let's see. But I appreciate you all. I appreciate that this is a special time for you all. I hope you all have wonderful times visiting and eating too much and all of that kind of stuff. I think it's wonderful that you can get together and do those things. I used to do Thanksgiving. I may get to where I can do that again. We'll see. We'll see. But I always do Passover, and I always open it up that if people want to come have lamb dinner with me, they can. It may look different as I do Lion's Diet, which is a very strict carnivore diet. It might look different. I don't know. But I just know that I am going to be completely healed up, or some people would say, well, all your problems are in remission, whatever you want to say. But I bet I'm going to be all healed up and doing anything I want by Passover. And I'm healthier now. I've had plenty of people. In fact, Donnie Velasco is like right next door to me, and he's made comments to me already that, oh my God, you're so much healthier than you were that last time I saw you. Well, that last time he saw me, I probably was headed for the hospital down in Yuma to have that spinal tap, right? I was pretty sick 2019, 2020. Yeah. But I may have had the first COVID. Who knows? Anyways, I think that's all we got because I'm gone over time. I always go over time, don't I? I can talk. And I get tired of it sometimes, and sometimes I don't. But it's awful nice to be out here with people again and to bump into people that I wouldn't have called us friends because I didn't know what to call friends, right? Or who to call friends. And now I think I see the relationships in people different than I used to. So just know, if you feel like you're an extrovert, but you don't act like an introvert, and you don't really act like one or something, or you've been through some traumas and you're trying to heal, it does happen. And and I love to listen to Gabor Mate. If you have time to just sit around and listen to stuff in the afternoon or something, or the middle of the night, I do agree with him. There's a lot of things he talks about that I had already kind of figured out myself. So just know that if you're struggling, you're having a panic attack, you're having a PTSD moment or something, that there's safe ways to kind of shock yourself into your body and your mind being grounded. And once that happens, you can think again, where you can take a deep breath and then make a better decision about the next thing in front of you. Some of those things are helpful as you go through these holiday times and you're around more people, or perhaps having more contact with difficult family or friends or whatever. And, just do the best you can and know I'm here. And whether I physically can hold your hand or give you a hand hug or a real hug or whatever, know I'm here. If you need me, reach out. Most all of you know how to find me on email and stuff. And now some of you know where I'm physically at. Come visit me. Have a great day and happy whatever it is for you. Bye. Whoops. Did it end? It didn't end. There we go.